Hello and welcome back to MECO FMSCI International Karting Championship 2026. We are live from Coimbatore at the Coast High Performance Center. This time around, we will quickly jump into the grid to get you the Heat1 for the juniors. On P1, it's Jishnu Srilathan. On P2 is Rudra Pratap Singh from Leap Frog Racing. Arshi Gupta jumps in at number 3. It's Shiv Neel from Team M Sport. Shiv Tumula from Peregrine Racing is on P5. It's Ridan Anil from Red Rabbit Racers on P6. Further down the order, it is going to be Mohit Sai from Team M Sport. Mika Hayden from Peregrine Racing is on P8. Arthuran Prabhu from kart number 55 from Kart Crew Racing is on P9. Ishan Swarup Kart Crew, and Raghav Krishna Raj further down the order. So this was how the Mini-Max looked like. Further down the order, we're going to be looking down again. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we can actually look around, how does the track look like? How does the track look like at the wonderful Coast High Performance Center? It is still red flags all around. We are still waiting for a very quick low. And this is how everything works around.
I am Ravandev Preetham, a multiple Indian national champion, and I'm here at Coast for a track walk where there are 8 right-handers, 4 left-handers. The slowest corner being turn 9 and the fastest corner being turn 1. And it's a 1.1 kilometer circuit, so let's go for a walk.
Rivan, we are right now at a place where we're able to see turn 1, turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
What happens this side?
So turn 1 you make the apex, turn 2 as well, and then you come to the left, and then you want to use some of that curb when you lift off, and yeah, you just roll it in and then get on power. So now we're at turn 5. Behind me there is turn 4. That's one of the hard braking zones on this track.
We're going to get on to the track a little bit later because now the folks are ready. And the Junior Max class, Heat1. This is Outlook. Rivandev Preetham is on P1. Swaram Das from Crest Motorsports on P2. Om Shri Thakkar from Crest Motorsports on P3. Vihan Mukhija on P4. Rishik Rohit on P5. Hamsa Murtuza on P6 from Crest Motorsports. On P7 is Abhishek Barse from Crest Motors on P7. Also from Crest is Ridan Sanadia. Leapfrog Racing, Noah Arya is on number 9. Agastya Krasto from Rio Racing is on P10. Jandi Bilmalek from Red Rabbit Racing is on P11. Shaurya Yadav also from Red Rabbit is on P12. Further down the order, it's Ahan Kapoor from Leapfrog Racing. Siddhant from Peregrine Racing on P14. Arav Mikhail on P15. Hope his acceleration troubles are out. Ali Birmani further down the order, Suleiman Sharif on P19, Aditya Pratap on P20, Jay Batra on P21, 22 is Suhen Dikku, Akshit Cyril from Kart Crew Racing is on P23. 23 machines on the track. This is the Junior Max. When we look at the Junior Max, we always talk about the ability to control the competition and the pace right up front. When you have it's comp number 129, that's just about getting in ready. That's Siddhant Sushant from Peregrine Racing putting his engine back on the ground where it belongs. In the junior, we are talking about 23 BHP machines. And every time when we look at these machines, we always know there is so much of power that is generated on the surface of it. This is a word when we always talk about the karting talent that have gone through the ages, from Arjun Maini to Kush Maini to Aditya Patel, Arman Ibrahim, to all of them have always found their calling in karting to go on to achieve bigger things again. It's the carrier pipeline from karting to Formula Racing. The Junior Max, 23 BHP, 125 cc, age 13 to 16. And this is how we are rolling here today at the Coast High Performance Center. And this is where all things literally play for. I have always looked down how quickly they are able to get on to business anticipation. So the number of laps that we're going to be looking at is going to be somewhere up to 12 lap race. It's going to be a 12 lap race, and we will look to these folks to somehow dominate right from the word go. Common number 150 just getting into position again. Any moment the siren goes off, the red flag in the pit lane entry will be off now. So then, Revande Pritham, common number 111, right in the front. Swarnav Das giving him company just on the side. It's green flag. The pit lane is now open. Pit lane is now open. Revande Pritham has 12 laps to dominate this. What a talent. What a man when we see a three-time national champion. And when we talk about Revande Pritham, remember he created history at the 2024 FIA Motorsports Games in Valencia, becoming the first ever Indian to win a race in the history of the event. And now this year, coming from the ranks from the micros to the minis, he's just moved in to a very, very, very competitive category. A very competitive category indeed. Pretty quite a jostling for positions you will find. How is going to be turn number 1, as we quickly talked about. So then we are now coming in. Right, joining me in the commentary box is a man. We've seen racers, we've also talked about driver coaches. I thought it's time to get folks who have done as far as India proud and the team proud by working on the background, especially the hardcore machine. Welcome to the house, Sujay Kesavan, a motorsport engineer from Team M Sport as well. Very extensive driving experience in the Formula 4 go-karts, and most importantly experience in the Formula 4 Megali Formula 4 Rotax, the Porsche 992 GTR 33, the Mercedes AMG, along with the Audi A8 and Evo 2 series, developing, designing, engineering components in 2D, and all that when you talk about. It really warms your heart. Welcome to the commentary box. So then, I'm going to be feeding in on your time. Here we go in the starts. It's Revande Pritham into the start again. Gets a strong start. Is able to defend immediately. We're already seeing a jostling for positions right at the back as they say get into turn number 3 up to turn number 4 now. Before I say turn number 4, they're already attacking turn number 5. It's hot. It's refused. One of them sees the other way around. It's com number 142. It's Saeed Lukman from Peregrine Racing. Is he going to be picked up and is he going to be able to come around? How quickly are they going to come into this line as we see them pulling through now? As we come around very quickly into turn number 9, that's where they're going to drop. It's now up to turn number 10, turn number 11 this is. 3 cars come side by side into the corner. They literally are able to come side by side and still able to jostle for positions again. Somebody's got to find a clean line. Somebody's got to take the wide away. So the lap number 1 is done and dusted. We've just seen another car go, but it's Revande Pritham, the 3-time national champion, still extending it. But I love the battle that has been coming around as we see Movitsai making up positions right at the back of the order. Ishan Swaroop as well. We're going to be looking around as to how quickly. It's Jay Batra who's moving through the orders right now. It's also going to be even Rehan Khan Rashid who starts on P11. Can he move up the order? Representing a very, very critical time for this one as well. We are now going through now. This is where things are going to come through now. Rivande Pritham now continues to lead. He's got to hold this together. An overtaking maneuver just on the sidelines as we just watched him through. Rehan Khan Rashid from Momentum Motorsports did make a dive. Did that overtaking maneuver come through? That's what we're going to be looking at now. On to the sidelines as we quickly see them. Into the house again. Sujay, I had a quick question as far as how important is driver feedback?
In the aspects of driver feedback, it's really important because as an engineer, if you want to work really with karting or like even with Formula 4, whatever cars, because this is motorsports is a team sport in the end of the day. So in this case, we need feedback from the drivers and also from the mechanics and also from the car also. And if we provide a really good car, but the driver is not enough, and then this is no point. So in this case, we need to develop the car from the driver feedback also. So that is a really very important thing.
Every time when you're on that engine or any time driver comes in, complains about understeer, oversteer, you stir your mind into that line. We'll come to that. Rivande Pritham is extending and dominating. That man has a charm when he's able to do it. But looking at P2 now, completely consolidating in a quick jiffy there. It's a very strong flight. As we see, Aditya Pratap, comp number 122, made a move, but just could not stick it. Just in nick of time. Its prefuse is hard. It comes very, very quickly as we see them around it. In this particular turn, it's turn 4. You find them not very close to the curb. Not very close to the curb. When you were driving, would you want your braking hard or would you want your braking soft? Oh, before that, we'll come to that. Somebody just went off. But one man who's flying away into the distance. Okay, I think it's comp number 117. And it is Shaurya Yadav from Red Rabbit Racing. He joins back. I love the 360 spin, but I don't love it when you are the racing driver, isn't it?
Just a training driver, that's it.
As you got to take it on to the line, as comp number 111 still able to pull through now. We are now counting in as the number of laps are coming down. We are still waiting in. Okay, there is a moment for Hamsa, who's moved up one position in the previous lap. We've also seen movement for Vihan from team Leapfrog Racing, almost having a little bit of an off-road moment only to join back again. It's a little bit of risky in this particular line when you keep the curbs. The curbs can be quite profuse. I just love this shot where you see charging machines. I love it on the inside. Somebody drives in and you're already challenging for position, challenging the limit. As a racing engineer, when you're challenging limit, you're also challenging physics, isn't it?
Yes, for sure.
And where do you first go? Okay, we'll come to that. A slide and overtake, drift and overtake. One of my favorite overtaking maneuvers, I've always said it, was Chitesh Marudi. He could drift, slide and turn in at the same time. When you lift, drive and slide, do you think the brakes got to be a little hard? What would your idea be there?
Yeah, because in this case, when you're braking really hard, then your tires are getting locked up. And then when the tires are get locked up, then you start drifting in this case. And then, but if it's the up in the front driver is really slow, then for sure if we have a gap, then we can overtake.
I got to also ask you very quickly, there's a lot of hard work for every tuner, every mechanic to keep these machines in absolute pristine conditions. That's a lot of hard work because one, you got to keep your engine tight, right?
Yes.
And what's the first thing that you look at where every time you pick up this engine?
First of all, the mechanics and also the engineers from the team side, they need to be like more precise what they are doing from the carburetor side and also from the engine side, like piston, whatever they're doing, because we need to go with the homologation things. So in this case, depends on each and every team, they will go with different things.
Right then, in the house with me is Sujay Keshwar, he's a motorsports engineer, raced with teams and been a motorsport engineer for wonderful Formula teams as well. Now, giving in his feedback, comp number 111, Rivan Dave Preetham is extending that contest, is extending his charge on this race. He has controlled it so far and will be able to dominate. Here goes an overtaking. Was that one of the Rio Racing drivers? Yes, it was. There was a possibility of an overtaking. Just a little hustle into that corner as they pull through now into the start line. Oh, 4 karts. I just love this. When 4 karts dive into a turn 1, there's no space for anybody. Somebody's got to brake late and somebody's got to make way, but none of them do. And still managed to. This is an interesting battle that is still emerging in quick time. As we see them, they are still bringing in quite a bit of a contest to the line here again. We are now counting down maybe the last 2 laps to go, but it is 111 who's already pulled up. My guess is as good as yours. Do you think the gap over here for Rivan could be more than a half a second?
Yeah, looks like it's a half to 4 tons.
And every lap he's able to pull through and still able to give that little charge. Did you notice there's some kind of a change in the braking that he was doing again? Something that you would notice. Okay, it is line that is all the way through now. They are coming in. This car is going to pick up speed. I love this corner as well. It's almost like a fast right-hander, but you go a little too fast. You say hello to the curbs just like that. I just get it over there. So then, turn 9, the slowest part of the track. Turn 1, your fastest sector of the track. 12 turns, 1.1 kilometer. This is Court Kartmania. And these curves can slow you down, can be a little bit hard on the rims, can be a little bit hard on the tires, but they're able to still prevail as we count down to the number of laps as they get it through on the line. This is a battle. Oh my word, that's 4 wheels out of the track. That's track limit challenge. He better try and keep it back again in quick time. Okay, comp number 125 involved with a battle somewhere in the mid-pack as well. Comp number 121. Okay, we are also looking at comp number 105. Oh, there was quite deliberate there. Now he's possibly will contest. A checkered flag given. Checkered flag taken. Rivan Dev Preetham takes the checkered flag and brings it home in quick time. This is the power of how you're able to dominate and just take that win on the chin. Rivan Dev Preetham, 3-time national champion, has got Heat1 to his name. And this is all through the hard work that he's put up at Team M Sport. You've had a very prestigious time in Team M Sport before you became a motorsports engineer, went abroad, raced with teams, been part of the technical crew again. How important it is to have that foundation, Sujay?
Actually, that was first of all, I really need to thank for the M Sport and also MECO Motorsports as well, because they gave me a really good eye-opening for I just came here as an work intern. From there only, I just developed myself in the engineering side and also in the technical side. So from there, I have, to be honest, I got a really good base from the MECO and M Sport.
There is engineering competence. There is also engineering knowledge that you bring to sport. How important do you think a driver needs to understand the technicality and the machine itself? Come on, you've been a racing driver yourself, so I'm putting you in a spot.
So in this case, yeah, for the karting nowadays, everything is driven by the data. So once with the whatever you are driving from the car side or kart side, everything is collected by the logging system. So with that, now each and everything, whatever mistake you did, like a braking or throttle or like a steering, we can easily see it directly. So this is like a sync between the driver and also the engineer to work together.
Very quickly, if Indians who have been in sports would also like to become a technical or motorsports engineer, just like what you did? What's the path?
To be honest, I just joined here as an work intern, and from there I just start working with the mechanics and get to know about the vehicle, how they will prepare the car for the upcoming test or race weekend, and then recruiting. I mean, they're recruiting the parts and also the how they will prepare for the weekends and also after the race weekend also with they will take all the post analysis things and then from there they will work it on it. So on top of this, I just got experience by myself and also these the guys who were around me surrounded me, they
Right.
really helped me a lot.
If I could ask you one last question as to where's the time where you thought was when you were in Europe that, wow, this is the highlight of my motorsports engineering career, what would have been? Was it
Uh,
looking at the Porsche? Was it looking at the Mercedes AMG? I know I'm talking big names here, but just asking.
in the Spa 24 hours,
Could you repeat that one more time?
Spa 24 hours.
There you go.
And also the Nordschleife 24 hours.
So
And
here
Dubai
is
24 hours too.
here is a story of a young boy who came in as an intern. Sujay Keshwan. Today he's a motorsports engineer, and the names that he's talking about, and now having worked with motorsports teams across Europe, especially the Spa 24 hours, the machines that you look at. So then every dream you dream, you shall achieve it. We are live from MECO FMSCI International Karting Championship 2026, round 1. We are at Coast High Performance Center. Sujay Keshwan is with me in the house. Thank you so much for joining me. Just one line before we go again. The kind of competition, the kind of competence, because from the 10 years old to 16 years old, you do see them improving and also improving technically.
Yes, because if the base is really strong, then wherever you go, if you want to go and drive the Formula 2 or 3 or even a 1 also, and also even the GT4 and GT3, so and even a hypercar, all the dynamics are same. If the basics are really strong, then you go anywhere and drive really in a good way.
Right then, that is the end of Heat 1 Junior Max. We will be back for the next race. That will be Heat 1 Mini in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. The end of Heat 1 Junior Max. We will be back for the next race. That will be Heat 1 Mini in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
ஓகே ஓகே நான் பேசுனேன் நான் ஓகே 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 ஓகே
And we are live at the MECO FMSCI International Karting Championship 2026. This is round one at CoASTT Performance Center. Joining me in the commentary boss is Sujay Kesavan, a motorsports engineer who started off as a young intern, worked with the racing teams and then became a racing driver and now a prominent motorsports engineer. This is a story where, Sujay, we always say dreams can come true, right?
I will tell yes.
And this is where we all come in. So then, we are now getting in ready. What goes in the mind of a man when you are at the start? We will come to that. Ejishnu Srilathan from Peregrine Racing on P1. Rudra Pratap Singh from Leapfrog Racing is on P2. Arshi Gupta from Leapfrog Racing also is on P3. Shiv Neel, who's got one of the best smiles, is at number 4. Peregrine Racing's Shiv Tumalad on P5. Ridan Anil is on P6. That's Red Rabbit Racing. At P7 is Mohit Sai from Team M Sport. Mika Hayden from Peregrine Racing is on P8. Arthuran Prabhu is on P9 from Kart Crew Racing. Ishan Swaroop is on P10 from Kart Crew Racing. M Sports Raghav Krishnaraj is on P11. It's Neil Nimbalkar is on P12. And we have Juhit Sai is on P13. And the sound of the machines is music to your ears at the entry. Remember, do not touch the white line. Remember, as somebody would tell us, do not touch the white line. We have with us the race director, Mr. Amit Arora, and in one of his briefing, he always says, remember, the white line is a wall. Would you go close to a wall? You got to be extremely careful whenever you are on that particular line, just to make sure that you're away from penalties there as well. Moving forward into this, 12 turns, 9 being the most competitive are the slowest part. The S's literally bring the hurry down into a corner. Turn 11 to turn 12, you go downhill before you enter this. This is exit of turn 10. This is turn 11. And this is turn 12. And back to turn number 1. As we see them coming in. It's going to be a 10-lapper. It's going to be a 10-lap race. Okay, I believe there is going to be a slight stoppage. We got to check that out. Comp number 61 just on coming in on that climb again. This is playing hard. Oh, it's red flags. So, maybe thanks to the red flag, I get a little more time to grill you with a question.
Uh-oh.
So, just checking, the folks that when you interned with Team M Sport and the time that you learnt in, which was the first races that you started watching and started working on?
To be honest, start working on, it's like with the go-karting, like Sodi 4-stroke, because this is in like 2019 or 18, I think.
So the first thing that you learn is how to do the handling of the cart. And then most importantly, how do you manage the supplies in the container?
The first thing is they gave me to clean the carts.
Thank you. That's the way to start. Clean your cart first. One thing when you talk about these engines, you got to be extremely careful about the tuning. So what is it that you do?
Like depends on the climates, they will change the jet, and also, especially for the Rotax, and also for the sprockets also, and the tire pressures, alignment, and also depends on the driver. These things we will change.
The tire pressure that you were talking about, sometimes you get a feeling that there's too much understeer and you come back to the pit lane, they increase or decrease the tire pressure, the oversteer or the understeer, or maybe the small handling goes away. Now, you got to sit in the driver's mind to understand that. So just to get back onto that feedback of a driver question, this is important, right?
That's very important, because in this case, if we have a logger, the first thing as an engineer, I will take a look in the data if it's in a car mistake, or I mean like from our side mistake, or like the driver mistake. So once we came to know it's our mistake, then we will work it out with the setups and also with the tire pressures. But if it's the driver, first we need to fix the driver.
We just saw a brief image of Vijay Kumar, a chief of marshals, marshalling his troops all around the track, as always trying to keep them absolutely alert. When you were in Spa or Dubai 24 hours or Spa 24 hours, and when you told them you're from India, was there a surprise, or was it like saying welcome aboard?
In this
Must
case,
have been a surprise though for a lot of them.
it's a full of surprise because in the entire paddock, I'm the one and only Indian were hanging around here and there. So that could be really prestigious for me in the North Life 24 hours and also in the Spa 24 hours. But in this case, for Dubai 24 hours, our lovely Ajit Kumar joined there and he grabbed all the attention and everything is done.
We can just come and arrive and really bring in the attention there again. We are moments away from the start. So then, it's going to be one more time, the rolling starts. We going to be the right will be the one will have the nose ahead, and the rest of them will follow. Comp number 80 is getting in ready for the momentum. That is Jishnu, followed very closely. Just at number 3 will be Arshi Gupta. Watch the caution to the wind again. Usually it's the left which has the nose ahead, but it's going to be the right. The right will have the lead advantage. So then covering of the line will be quite easy. A little bit of bumping going between there, but that's all okay. Come on, it's still the slow down board again. Come on, give us the green flag. That's what we're here. Green flag, let's go. Jishnu has a decent start, but can he hold it? Yes, he can. Just behind, Arshi Gupta is able to put into her position again. One of them goes wide, goes up to turn number 3 in quick time. As they get it over to turn number 4, somebody looks back. Did somebody spin at the back? We'll come to that in just a bit. Nope, if everything's okay. Yes, but somebody did collide into few places, completely sending it into that corner again. You got to be careful when you're measuring up. Don't get too aggressive at throttle heavy as they get it over to turn number 9, and very quickly just finishing in the S's there. Jishnu at the meantime, comp number 80 versus 61 is still making it hard. Jutin Sai will be coming around him, trying to hold it out together. What an opening lap this has been for competitor number 80, Jishnu Srilathan from Peregrine Racing, as we see them on the inside here again. As we come around, this is coming in again. We will put it out again. The Avika round again. When all the way through, as we see them in, we come into the fight. This is where everything got to play for here. Yes, 61. Mind you, he's just lost a few positions. That is Jewett Saisim. As we get it on from Peregrine Racing, and we get it over the line, we are still racing it hard here again. You must be a little bit surprised. Whereas you are at this such young age, you're able to form for greater racing and able to build your career in racing.
To be honest, yes. But in this case, if some kids are like nowadays, I want to be a Formula 1 driver and I want to be like a hypercar driver. But apart from the driving side, there are a lot of things in the motorsport.
Sorry to cut you out. There was an overtaking maneuver. It was comp number 80, Jishnu, literally trying to hold off. But there's comp number 55. It is Arthur and Prabhu who's also moved into this line again. How is he able to pick up the speed? We will get to that in just a bit now. He's got the position, but can he hold it again? Comp number 80. Oh my word, 81, 80. It's a three-way fight. I just love this one. Arshi Gupta says, mind you boys, may I just join in the party? Arshi Gupta has made us proud again. She, from Leapfrog Racing, has literally shown what kind of a class she is. Can she go on to do bigger things again? Remember, it was a visit back to Europe recently that she's really come up in good form here. Arshi Gupta giving in the challenge, giving in the money. Can this work through the line? As comp number 77 on your screens, Mohit Sai slots in at position number 6 or 7. A go-kart has gone off the road and will be able to procure it again. So that means there's going to be a change in positions as we see them coming. Comp number 81. In the meantime, Arshi Gupta is your race leader. You know, this is where I love this. where it was comp number 80 was battling it out for the first and two, literally playing defensive. Arshi Gupta was playing a waiting game and literally leapfrogged away. That being a team racing name on that line again. Here is comp number 81, will be trying to hold it off together. And comp number 80, Jishnu, who had the pole position, now is made to fight for position number 3. It's comp number 99, Rudra Pratap Singh Shekhawat. Would you believe it? It's 1 and 2 leapfrog racing. Leapfrog racing, do not leap yet, because the race is still very much to go. It's not over till you bring down the checkered flag, the racing mindset that we bring into motorsports, the rims, the acceleration. There is a lot of checklists that every engineer needs to go through.
Yes, because in this case first for these kind of Rotax cards, the first thing they need to check if the chain and the sprockets, if anything is worn out or like anything bent, and also especially the chassis, the axle too. So in the go-kart, these things are like super sensitive cards. So if something happened in the racetrack, it will directly affect the driver's driving style, and also you will not fight with the race.
Right, and Mika Hayden in the meantime has just been challenged for a position, would have lost it because he went wide, but then it is Arshi Gupta who's now playing the dominating game. So Arshi is trying to get Rudra Pratap Singh to stay close so that they're able to take advantage of each other's toe and just be bunched up right in the front. So they're able to pull away and maybe exchange quite a few fast laps again. This is brilliantly done. She's already playing like the leader of the team there and saying, between us, we got to take it through now. It's the team game sometimes. You got to get your tuners, you got to get your mechanics on your side. Keep having those conversations. Get your teammate to keep challenging the pack. We are now looking at turn number 9 up to turn number 77 versus 70 involved for a battle of 4th and the 5th. 77 is Mohit Sai from M Sports, 70 is Mika from Peregrine Racing. This is a battle that we're going to be looking at now. Comp number 66, somewhere towards the end of this grid here. Now, comp number 90, we've just seen a Neil Nambalkar from Biril Art almost having a lonely race, but then these are precious learning lessons as you go by. Track time is crucial, but getting to make the most of the track time is critical. How do you do that?
First of all, the driver should not waste the time, because the session is like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, even the race is like 20 minutes, something like that. But in this case, the drivers needs to be more cautious that they should not damage their carts. If they start damage their carts, then everything is going down.
Comp number 96 just made a move on a diving move, which we call it just send it move. And he's just picked up a position. Well done, Ishan Swarup from Kart Crew Racing. There is a lot of prominence given to make that diving move count, because one, as I said, whenever you've been overtaken, you need to be seen when you're overtaken, and one of the best overtaking maneuvers is the ones that you plan at least a lap earlier. Keep attacking and the hard work eventually will play off. 99 versus 81. Rudra Pratap Singh takes over the lead from Arshi Gupta, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arshi Gupta is able to take a toe. But comp number 80 is now in position. Comp number 80, Jishnu Srilathan from Peregrine Racing is in position number 3. So it's Leapfrog 1 and 2 and Peregrine at number 3. Young guns literally showing us as to how it is done and how we race at the Coast High Performance Center in Coimbatore. This is the MECO FMSCI International Karting Championship. Round 1. This is the Rotax Max classes. The round 1, which features a major race. This is the inaugural race again. We will move to round 2 as well. Rudra Pratap Singh looks back. He knows Arshi Gupta needs a little help. So will he just slow down to try and get a little advantage of the toe? The toe game is a very, very critical game. You need to talk about that. The toe game, you got to... Okay, the checkered flag is out. So then it's 1 and 2 Leapfrog Racing. Rudra Pratap Singh has just taken the checkered flag with Arshi Gupta coming in at number 2. And then it's Jishnu who was the pole sitter at number 3 again. Talk to me a little bit about the pole position, about the toes that you're able to give each other and take advantage.
That was a really good one. But the thing is, like, especially with when you are towing with the other cars in front of you, you need to be like more cautious, because that in the front driver, if he brakes super early, then if you are like just thinking in your mind that yeah, I will just go little bit faster than this guy, then you are going to be crushed. But the good thing is, once you are in a tow, there is a lot of potential that you will overtake the guy, because you are completely, because you are
So then, you, as you rightly said again, you got to be a little bit cautious on braking is very, very clear. Hey, before we can go on to the next one, we have the results of the Junior Max. Again, all the results that we're announcing are provisional, and here they come on your screens. I thought they were supposed to come on your screens. And finally it comes. Rivandev Preetham on P1, Swarnabh Das on P2, Rishak Rohit on P3. Rivan literally dominating. Comp number 104, Swarnabh Das from Crest Motorsports. It's comp number 105, Rishak Rohit Reddy from Team M Sports. So it's 1 and 3, Team M Sport. This is how we have rolled. The Senior Max grid is getting ready. And look at that carts. Very quick word. We can actually close in on these machines. What are they doing? What are they doing at this moment, Sujay?
some of the mechanics where they were just starting the car and then trying to make sure that everything is running perfect from the engine side and the carburetor is in the right tuned one on top. Some of the mechanics, they were just looking the things like if they just torqued everything in the right newtons, and also if the setups are everything in the right one, and those kind of things only. These are the final checks, like a fuel, tire pressures, and the basic things.
I love this. I love the chaos here. Everyone working on the machines. You see that digital dashboard?
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
That is called like AIM microns.
Okay.
And that is like a data logger for these are the data loggers for the basic level karting. In that one you will get the lap times and the racing lines. These things are run with the help of the GPS coordinates, and on top with the engine RPM which you can tie it up with the spark plug. And also you will, if you spend most money on sensors like water temperature and
Right.
the upcoming many sensors, then you will get a lot of information, and also your coach can teach you in a very way.
So the first thing, every driver comes back after a practice session, he looks at this data. I don't want to speak anything, but I just want to just look at the number of carts. I think we're going to take a picture of this, and we got to boast about it and say we have one of the biggest grid in the whole of Asia. We have one of the biggest grids in the whole of Asia. Credit to Team M Sport. Credit to each of the teams, from Crest to Peregrine to Momentum, Leapfrog to Red Rabbit Racers to Kart Crew to Rio Racing. Each of them have come together, says let's make this a championship, let's make this a moment again. It just brings a big smile when I see so many amount of machines working through again. What is the conversation that you need to have, the tuner needs to have with the driver around this particular time, according to you? Because you have, in your experience, you know the driver is getting ready for his race. If you are the driver, and what is the conversation that you would like to have with your race engineer?
The first thing is like whatever mistake he did in the past session, so we will just make a small debrief in this one to make sure that he or she is not doing the same mistake in the upcoming session, and then we will motivate him. In this case, we will motivate for the upcoming session to give a better result.
So then, we've just completed in the mini. We've down in the mini max now, and now we're getting down to the senior max. Shall we have a look at the senior max grid? Here we go, folks. Krish Gupta, the vice champion from last year on P1. Leapfrog Racing will be looking to that man to get to know him. Mishanda from Team M-Sport at number 2, Arjun Cheetah at number 3, Akshat Mishra number 4, Ahil Miklai from Team M-Sport at 5, Rohan Madesh from Crest Motorsports is on P6. And further down the order, Shatveer Shetty from Crest Motors on P7, Madhusudan from Kart Crew Racing is on P8, Crest Motorsports, Krishe Gote is on P9, Kairav Robertson is on P10, then it's Rayo Racing Kian Shah, Siddhartha Roy from Leapfrog Racing is on P12. Let's look at P13. It's Jagrat from Birl Art Motorsports. Timaya Johan is on P14. Shonal Kunimal from Peregrine Racing is on P15. Gabriel Baugh from Peregrine Racing is on P16. And then further down the order, it's Arhan Chabra on P17. Arafat, comp number 80, comp number 155 from Crest Modes on P18. Arav Nitin, comp number 171 from Kart Crew Racing is on P19. Krishna from Peregrine Racing is on P20. Vineet Mayur is on P21. Parth Shastri is on P22 from Peregrine. And then Kart Crews further down the order, Tanmay Kotari, Red Rabbit Racing is on P25. Shivan Karthik is on P26. Naman Kukreja is on P27 from Leapfrog Racing. It just warms my heart when I say there are over 27 of them on the grid. And when you have a packed grid like that, you just cannot but just be in so much of awe. These are the seniors, and they know that they have quite a lot to literally challenge for. We are getting in ready for the Heat 1. Remember, it's a long drawn-out grid. I was trying to look at the timings for Krish Gupta. We've seen a timings of 45.05. The second best was 45.088. He was just 38 thousandths of a second. 38 thousandths of a second. And it's Arjun Cheda was just off 1/10. Now, when you're talking about thousands, 1/10, how do you make sure that you're, in simple question, how do you make sure that you go 1/10 faster? How do you tell your racing driver?
First of all, we need to analyze the data, what he did, and whatever the mistakes from the driver side, and also whatever the mistakes from the technical side. Also, we need to scrutinize these things by the team, and then we need to work it out. But if it's in data side and if it's driver, we need to mentally prepare that because in the karting you will just slide everywhere. If you are just stop it sliding everywhere, then most of the time you are gaining your speed, and also in the corners and also in the straights easily.
So then, we also would like to see, when you are talking about comp number 154, he's about getting ready for his race. As that's Parth Shastri from Red Rabbit Racing. I think we've seen comp number 154 quite a few times. In the previous qualifying, we had to fetch his cart because he had retired. I hope the problems can be stayed away. Now, every time you encounter a problem, it could be just the acceleration, brake. It takes time to set it up, right? It takes time to even clean that entire mess.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, that's true. First, we need to analyze what is the problem from the braking side or like from the engine side. Once we came to know, we can go one by one, like step-by-step procedures. If it's an engine, then first check the radiator stuffs and if they have enough water or not, like that. If it's, and then like small minute stuffs that we need to, if there isn't any dust particles in the carburetor stuffs. And then from the axle side, if it's a axle is bent or like any external damage, and the sprockets also the same. If there isn't any debris from the tracks, if it's stuck in between the chain and the sprockets, then it will damage easily. So these things, and also in the brake, we need to make sure that if everything, the brake is bleeded properly. If these things or everything is done, then we can give a perfect car.
I would also love to say and put on record the kind of hard work every of the teams are coming in. You can see our tuners working. That's Vishnu in the center. Getting in everyone into the respective positions again. It looks like chaos, but there is an organized chaos again. But then you want to make sure you want to be very, very gentle when you pick up the cart and come back. And what precautions as an engineer, as a racing engineer? So, I'm in really love with your story, Sujay, because one, you started off as an intern and now motorsports engineer. That means a big boy with big dreams. It really comes in, but it's those basics that has kept you tight.
In this case, not only the motorsports, your dedication and also the discipline is very important, like wherever. So in this case, I just want to learn more about these cars and also the cars, whatever which I worked previously, like a Porsche or Mercedes. So that's the thing which I need to tell. Like a dedication, the passion is really important. If you don't have the passion, then forget about it.
One thing I have noticed about you when you're talking to me, Sujay, you have no filter. You basically tell the driver what he needs to know. You tell the driver how he needs to literally come in. I'm going to be requesting our crew in the studio if they can give me a little bit of close-up of the dashboard, some sort of the close-up of the wheels, the rims, the exhaust, that we can look at the carts. Okay, I just got a nod saying they're going to try again because they wanted to get into positions again. You can get lost in these beautiful machines and they come back in and looking at how things literally play out here again. So then, a little bit more on our machines. Little bit more on our machines. And our scrutinies work really, really hard over the weekend. And we have wonderful three musketeers, if I could call them, wonderful gentlemen, who have put in a lot of work to even seal the machines, even to bring it down together and keep it tight again. Let's hear from our scrutiny team, the hard work that they put in, and more about these machines, the Rotaxes.
Hi, this is Ashwin, Chief Scrutineer for this event.
Hi, I'm Vishnu. I'm scrutineer for this event.
And myself, Kaushik, same scrutineer for this season.
This is Rotax Max engine. This is used for our National Karting Championship. We have 4 classes. One is Micro, which is an 9 bhp, and then Mini, which is an 13 bhp. Then this is a Junior. This is a 23 bhp engine, and the Senior is 30 bhp engine.
During every weekend before the race, we seal the engine prior to the race.
And this is specifically two-stroke kart racing engine that is specifically made for kart racing.
Before every engine gets sealed, we check every parts of this engine: crankcase, crank, connecting rod, pistons, piston rods, cylinder bore diameter, head, and other things. We check before it gets sealed.
For every engine, it takes around half an hour to 45 minutes to seal the whole engine before the race weekend.
The Rotax Max has its own engine regulations, which states that each engine has to be pre-sealed before it can participate in a Rotax Max challenge event.
Hi.
The scrutinies have a lot of jobs. Well, Sujay, thank you very, very much for joining in again. A quick word on the GT3 experience that you had before I let you go, and that's before I get somebody else into the commentary box.
Yes, go for it.
So then, you were talking about your experience so far, and this is where from the karting to the LGBs to eventually to 24 hours and then the GT3.
Yes, because in this case I didn't even believe that I will go and work with the GT3 cars, especially with the Mercedes factory teams and also the Porsche factory teams. So I started as like a junior race engineer for the Porsche factory team, and I was just calculating some fuels and pressures with that one. But once I was like familiar with after the one full season, and then I moved to the Mercedes factory team. It's named Motorpark, and from there I started my career working as like a performance engineer and strategy and everything.
It's nice to see that story, and there is a lot of credit that we need to give to Team M Sports, the folk, so literally molded out again. Thank you very, very much for joining in on the commentary box. We are about to start the Senior Max, and in with me very, very quickly, the team manager at NK Racing and also the part of the Coast Core team, Coast High Performance Center, and who have been very, very good with the hospitality. Vishal Arvind comes into the comment. We
thanks for
are
having me here.
green. We are green now. This is going to be quite a few biller of laps there again. The 12 laps are about to move. Remember, on these wonderful machines that we are looking at here today, the Senior Max are up to 30 bhp, and each of these machines that we look at have so much of precision and so much of tuning that they really covered it out to the line again. So without further ado, it's time to bring in to the action as we quickly get it back again in the Senior Max category again. Krish Gupta, last year's vice champion from Leapfrog Racing to this time around. He is the man to literally give in the challenge here today. As the challenge comes in, remember there is so much of technical vigor along with the Senior Max category, which is the 15 plus years. And when you're looking at the BHP, we're talking about 125cc with 30 BHP in the top line as well. It was Krish Gupta who literally was ahead of his nearest rival Ishant Venkatesan by 38 thousandths of a second. And then it was Arjun Cheda versus Akshit Mishra, Akhil Miklai. So the top five is Krish, Ishant, Arjun Cheda, Akshit, Akhil Miklai and Rohan Madesh from Peregrine Racing. One of the Madesh brothers will be looking from the sidelines. Rohan Madesh, can he bring in some big Madesh performance here today? Right, Krish Gupta. He loves starts, he loves to control and literally likes the habit of literally holding it out together, the entire pack again. Vishal, very quickly as you come to the comment box, this is as they get it onto exit of turn 10 into turn 11 and 12, you dive down. You got to control your speed here. You know the track so well.
Thanks for having me here, first of all, Solomon. Yes, it is a very challenging layout. Yes, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 will be very fast. Here we go for the start.
Krish Gupta starts off with a line. He literally gives out a dummy. Nobody thought that he's going to be covering the inside line, but he went outside, trying to get a little more momentum because he knew that he literally has to get ahead, and he's finally got ahead, just ahead of them. It's going to be a little bit of Ishant somehow was able to challenge him, but was not able to keep up pace there. As they come through the line, they are now quickly into the S's now. Turn 6, turn 7 and 8 in quick time. How are they going to be handling the turn 9 for the first time in this race? They come over without any problem. Krish Gupta is already extending that lead there. He needs... Now Ishant is now going to be... Okay, so a couple of them have gone off the track again. There is some sort of a debris that's been fallen between turn 10 and 11. It will be cleared. Our marshals are fast and precise when it comes to taking on a responsibility on the track again. Great work by the marshals in trying to keep the upkeep of this wonderful track again. A lot of rubber has been rubbed in onto the track because we've been putting in a lot of track performance over the last couple of days. It should help with the grip, Vishal.
Yes, totally. The track has gotten a lot of grip right now because of the senior grid has been more than ever, and I mean even overall the championship has had more entries than ever, and this has led to a lot of grip developing on track. This will impact. Oh my, debris hit.
Oh yeah, the debris can really fall in on the side as well, but that will be cleared now. It goes up into the air. And we're going to be counting into the number of laps as they get over the line. This time around, it's still very early days as they cross the line in the previous lap. Okay, they jostle for position as one of the middle out literally tries to pull through now. That was Aditya Kamath, who was literally driving on the inside. We also looked down at the other side as well. Now we see them picking up a little bit of more pace on that corner there. Now it is competent. Krish Gupta, as the fight continues, he is now extending that lead all the way through now. He's not stopping it to now. Every corner, especially in turn number 9, if you lose it, you will definitely lose at least 1/10. And this 1.1 kilometer track has been literally created to create that wonderful roller coaster. That's the thought, right?
Absolutely, I would second with your thoughts. It's more than 1/10. Losing it in turn 9 would result in a very bad third sector, which would really impact the lap time at all.
Vishal, I know each of these guys are so strong in their performance, and when you have on the sidelines it's a fan moment for a lot of me, including I, when you have a Naren Karthikeyan who watches from the sideline, the fastest Indian Padma Shri Naren Karthikeyan, who has been mentoring so many of the racers here as well, trying to exchange a little tip and just promoting the sport. It really helps and augurs well for sports, right?
Well, this is the prime goal of why the track was developed in the first place, to promote grassroots motorsport in the country. And good to have him on the sidelines to guide and advise all the young churning drivers around.
Let's get it on to turn number 6, 7 and 8 again. I love the S's, it's in quick time. On top of the S's, turn 9 goes. This is the turn 10. This is turn 11 coming in again. You've got to challenge the limits, but if you go onto the curbs, you got to bring back the machines onto the track in quick time. Side by side as they go, it's still very much a race game on. Combo number 1 and 117, that was literally having a bumping off moment again. Almost, thankfully, there was no harm done, despite a little bit of a contact. Combo number 191 has just moved up 3 positions from the last lap, and he moved up. That is Jagrat from Beryl Art India, moved up 3 positions from the last lap. That's quite a big ask in just one lap. Very rarely you're able to do so because you have such a long traffic grid over here again. This part of the turn is a brilliant corner. You just want to sweep around the outside.
And crucial to have the turn 12 to get the top speed possible at your main straight.
And the main straight, you're seeing folks literally staying as wide as possible again. Somebody's got to be as brave as that one to send it into that corner. You got to be playing the risk versus reward and risk versus coming around. How we are able to play this game is what we're going to count again. We were talking about how windy the conditions are. We just opened the door a little bit and we can see the winds just gushing up. Wind is a very critical factor.
A lot of mixed conditions expected, especially with tomorrow, and a lot of rain even in the forecast. But for now today, we can be safe, and wind is a playing factor over here, yes.
If it rains, it doesn't matter. We'll still race because remember, we do have the wet tires that literally go around. For the weekend, MRF has brought in a special go-kart tires, and we've been testing them on. And through the weekend, we've been giving a lot of feedback. The tires we race are the tires you buy is the caption of MRF, and they have literally supported us at the grassroots level here again. The curbs are going to challenge the tires and the rim.
Well, it'll be a good sight to see people pushing in the wet, especially when it comes to junior and seniors.
I was just seeing a little bit of a jostle on the line again. It was compound number 187, Krishna Premchandan, was literally moved off from that particular position there. Compound number 174, there we have it again. Literally trying, that is Shatvir Shetty from Team M Sport, again losing 2 positions again. It's Krish in the front. Krish is literally dominating, and he knows how to bring this one. Leapfrog Racing, you want this in your bag and you want this race under control here again. Just to rewind again, you've got to be a little bit careful about track limits. You can get a little more sense with 3 laps to go, and the countdown is about to begin. Let's put it out together again. Here is with everyone, I believe right now with this, we've got 2 laps to go. Counting in now in quick time. Here we go, folks. This is where, oh, there's a jostle. You know, I always believe when you get into a jostle, you know, just stick to your positions. Or do you want to be a little more risky here again, especially in that corner? I think it is really a high risk if you're trying to take the outside.
Definitely a high risk strategy, but the reward is very high too. And in
I know you're promoting Coast High Performance. This is risky performance.
the risk versus reward says it all.
Okay, I do understand. This is one of my favorite turns here again. It's so wonderful, so wide. Carry that speed. Bring it down. Are we going to see an overtaking maneuver? Yes, we did. Okay, you remember you can cover a corner once. You can cover a corner once. You can move once when you're trying to defend. And watch very carefully as we have the race official stewards watching from the sidelines, including the judge of facts, trying to assemble what happened on the track again. Imagine when you have over 20 machines on the track. Each of them brings their mojo to the game. Here we go. Onto the line again. Are we onto the last lap? I believe yes we are. Somebody dips a wheel on that dust. When you dip your wheel on the dust again, you will definitely lose a grip here.
Yes, you tend to grab some marbles which are bad for the tires as well.
But thankfully not the same when it comes to the grass. The grass is less forgiving. But there are certain places where you dip your wheel, your rims could get a little affected, get a little dust on the track, but then you're still able to good to go. Great word to marshals over here. They have actually cleared quite a few debris, but one of the cars is looking the other way around. It's car number 173. Sonal Kunimal from Perikiran Racing is looking the other way. He decides to retire his car or possibly give it away. The yellow flare is brought in again. This is the time where the checkered flag is going to be waved, and the checkered flag is waved. Not so much for copper number 173. Krish Gupta brings it home and brings it in style.
I must say a great drive by all the drivers around, and beautiful drive.
And just like Coast, that was a high performance drive. I think I have to remind you what your tagline is. High performance center, high performance drive. This track, when they built it, they wanted to be the thrill of just being on a roller coaster. And the thought was that you always wanted to be at the grassroots level of building a team where Naren Karthikeyan is involved. Really augurs wonderful well for the foundation, right?
Well, the whole nature of the track was built to have a good flow around and not have any slow corners, especially with drivers pushing to the ragged edge. So it's always good to have driver and trustees with good motorsport background and everything alike.
So then, Coast High Performance Center, the major track. This is Coast High. This is Coast Kartamania, which is 1.1 kilometer track, and the distance of Coast High Performance Center track is
That would be 3.8 kilometers.
3.8 kilometers of a flowing track. He is not happy. Shonal Kunimal is not happy. He said, I want to get out of here. It's not a good feeling when you retire your car, but then, as they say in motorsports, the highs are highs, the lows are lows.
Especially during the last moments of the race, the stewards will definitely be taking a closer look at that.
The highs are really high and the lows can be very, very brutally low.
Absolutely, Solomon.
So this is where it is. The power lines, you can see them on the background. This is the Coast High Performance Center. We are at the Kartamania. This is inside the Coast High Performance Center, the 1.1 kilometer track, 12 turns. Turn 1, one of the fastest turns. Turn 9, the slowest. 3.8 kilometer, the main track again. How many turns and how many straights on that one?
15 turns and 13 would be the slowest corner, and the turn 5 would be the fastest.
We're just waiting for a chance to get onto the track very soon here again. And this is how it works. So welcome along if you've just joined us to the MECO FMSCI Indian National Karting Championship Rotax Max classes. We are live from Coimbatore. This is round 1, the Coast High Performance Center. So then, this is where we are. We are right here at the Coast High Performance Center. We would like to thank MECO Motorsports, FMSCI, MRF, Sidwin Energy Engineering. We've had wonderful support all around. We would like to thank all our teams. We're going to be back before all of that. We would also like to thank MRF for the support that they've done, and they've just released a brand new video. And over the weekend, we've got a special tire, the MRF go-kart tires that have come in over the weekend. And here is just a little bit about how it feels on those tires. And we are back again and finally out here. This is a special moment for all of us here again at the round one. This is race your way, as we always say it for the Rotaxes. This is the Rotax Max class. We've been talking about the teams. We've been talking about the drivers. This is a wonderful breeding ground for us to literally grow the sport, Vishal.
Indeed, we have. And as we were talking about the number of entries here and the increased support and the impact it has had on motorsport, it is good to see more drivers and more teams participating and getting into this, and more investments, more techniques. And you must have noticed for sure, definitely more engineers from all over the world participating as well, which is a good sign.
I also noticed that every round you keep changing your shades, which is shows how stylish you think the entire work is going around. Folks, we are going to be getting in ready for Heat 2 any moment now. Heat 1 comes to a close, and very moment we're going to be starting off Heat 2. Don't you go anywhere. We will be right back.